still think NIP put on a much better show.
Yeah, they absolutely did. It's not about, I mean, NIP looked like the better team just by the eye test in that first half, but I mean, we could see that disappear very, very quickly. But NIP have a pretty tough task ahead of them. Down 1 round, 7-8. They need to win 9 rounds to close this map in regulation on their T side. That is not always an easy task. At the moment, spread across the map. Standard default, and Hampus is going to get baited into a nice little push. Easy kill for Electronic, who can now switch out for the USP. Rez is spotted too, but they've made their way close to Connector, and the USP, that's in some danger, but he handles it so well. Double kill for Rez.
When that flashbang that came over the wall did nothing at all to Rez, he's going to get taken down finally. Simple sneaking in and almost getting caught in that murder hole. That leaves Plopsky alone in B versus 3 people that are coming for him. So now really is the time to be a hero. If he can get even 1 kill and buy some time, that would at least get Twist and Nork a bit closer. There's Plopsky with the 1 kill on Boomich. He's looking for 1 more.
Yes, Plopsky just was. That is so great. You know Simple is flanking from Market. You know he's come through the murder hole. Your only option is to get aggressive towards the halls and see how many kills you can get. Between him and Rez, they stood their ground so very well. He's taking these fights instead of letting him get close up. That's a beautiful shot on Simple, and Plopsky is a beast. 18 kills for him now.
Yeah, that made a huge difference, just being able to read it. The fact that he knew that Symbol was coming from the kitchen area really, really helped out of the marketplace in there. For this time for NIP before now we are allowed
up here. It feels like that's, for me, that's like the hopes and dreams of Navi of being able to close this out in regulation are kind of just gone in my mind. Like, it's going to be so difficult to grind out that many rifle rounds once NIP is able to get M4s and AWPs, and they have the economic advantage, at least for the early going. So Navi's going to be in a really grinded out affair down the stretch. Twist looking this way with a scout. Excuse me, a nade. He pulls a nade out, and Simple punishes him.
Yeah, that was some really awkward timing. Could be even worse if Rez or Nork goes down. I think mostly if Rez goes down, that'll leave Nork pretty much in an unwinnable position here. He's going to get the 1 kill, but they jump around the corner, and yeah, now the next question is, he's got some backup now from TT spawn. Plopsky actually showing up at the perfect time for it, but it's not going to be quite enough anyway. 23 seconds, Hampus coming in from behind with a big double kill, could get more, and that will close it out. A little bit of a heroic effort, triple kill from Hampus on the MP9, but a much closer round than I think NIP would have liked.
Yeah, they were in a really rough spot. They are, NIP, fortunate that their players made all the correct calls and getting aggressive on the extremities. Hampus closing the gap. That flank was way faster than Navi was ready for. And they catch him before they can even get into the bomb site. But with those many kills, obviously, Bod coming out, saving a lot of money. So 3 AKs, 2 Galils, plenty of utility for Navi. And that Deagle round previously just set the stage to reset NIP very early on. So here we go. Molotov in towards Connector. Plopsky's going to put it out. And he's fortunate he did so because Boomich was about to turn the corner.
Yeah, this is the real big test right now for Navi. As you said, if they want to close this out in regulation, then losing that pistol was really not a good sign. If they can't win this first rifle round, then maybe it's not even going to be a question at all, and we'd have to go to Nuke to figure it out. Now, this map was picked by NIP, and Nuke picked up by Navi, so I guess we'll see. But again, I really like NIP on Nuke, all things considered. I think they're just a fun team to watch on that map, so again, would not underestimate them. Looks like it's going to be a beast, but with Electronic in this position, it could be absolutely amazing. He's in a nice swing position, either to stop rotations or to take the fight against Hampus if that goes south for the first part of the push here.
There's no stopping the rotations that are coming in now. This is a perfect timing for it. Electronic might have done some damage over to Plopsky, but there's going to be 3 players here, maybe even a 4th very quickly for NIP. And Navi, they haven't nearly got out enough to negate the fact that the entire defense is going to be here. Even one on a fast flank is coming in hot. Good kill from Flamey in the smoke. And look at this, they know there's going to be resistance. They know this is taking a while. Boomich going to get dropped by Plopsky, still holding onto the bomb site just barely.
Well, look at this flank from Nork, though. I mean, the bomb is planted for Electronic. That's really the big news here. And there are no more smoke grenades, but they still have to get some more kills in here. Nork flanking in should be an easy pickup on Flamey. Now it's holding Electronic, and he's pushed forward. He knows he can't fight it 1 versus 3 once they're on the defuse, and they're going to lose the round. That is Well, first of all, the Molotov that was thrown there at the beginning from Hampus was just the god tier timing, wasn't it? And then the follow-up, the rotation coming in from NIP, they had a very good read.
Man, Plopsky is having one hell of a game, Anders.
Yeah. I almost want to see the replay of the first encounter, because Nord was flanking, and I wonder how far up in the hallways he was over at A for him to know, because they were so ready for that rotation. Great info play from NIP. That made a big difference.
Yeah, I mean, they had the perfect call on it. It was shifting pretty much immediately when presence was known. But Navi, they took their time getting into that bomb site, as they did, on the Deagle round as well. They were very slow in actually committing to the attack on that bomb site. So there was probably, I mean, listen, it's a great read, a great call, and an early jump on the rotation for NIP. But Navi, you can see him here just kind of freezing and jiggle peeking and waiting for that next peek. No one's actually attacking the bomb site throughout all of this until it's too late. Look at how Plopsky just sneaks in at the end of that replay to that pillar. If they're actually aggressive into that bomb site a second or two earlier, Plopsky can't make that play with such safety. So Navi's actually giving him a couple of extra seconds to make those kinds of plays.
Well, they've used all of their money except for $200 there on the NIP side, the Navi side. So this, once again, has to work out. But I feel like we've been saying that for a while, and some of those important rounds that Navi just desperately need to win, they're not doing that. And I don't know. Even that last round, they were red far before they even really got to the site. And think about how you can contrast it with the way that NIP were playing on their T side, where once the fight broke out, they were pretty much on the bomb site. Like they were jumping down into B when the first bullets were fired, and here, Navi, they got Molotoved off. There was a whole rotation coming in. Such a very different feel when it comes to playing the T side here.
Alright, well, at least Electronic's in this position. This time he's going to be aggressive with it, and Rez is kind of looking in that relative area. Not able to transfer over to Electronic. Knock now going to push up, and he hears the footsteps. This needs to be at least a trade. Boomich turning the corner first. Simple's got it. Now just down to Hampus. Over in the corner. He's spotted out. He's dinked. He's going to fall as well. And Electronic adds one more. That's awkward.
That's a
bomb plant
16
in the
seconds.
Open. That's very awkward. And thankfully they got that because there's no more smoke, but he can actually spam this down. No one's actually challenging, and unfortunately Twist isn't going to be able to get it done. Now it's time to save with the AWP.
Just a moment where that could have got real awkward, but they're going to live through it. And I mean, that's in many ways, that's Navi proving the same point that NIP proved many times, which is that if you can get that close to the A bomb side, that you could pretty much take the fight that dead on, then yeah, you've got everything open. This is a brilliant kill for Electronic. I mean, not because it's particularly difficult, just because those A defenders that are inside of the site and over at the ramp, what are they going to do afterwards? Where do they go to try and stay safe? They just can't. They can't even help each other out. So that's important. 8-11. And this time the NIP win streak is way shorter, and that's good news for Navi. Alright.
Ooh, that's a good shot from Boomich. It's a nice tag from Twist as well with the scout. But a better response. A more powerful rebuttal from Lord Boomich.
Oh yeah. Lest we forget.
His proper title.
There's a Twitter account out there somewhere that's going to be coming after us if we do, so mustn't mess that up. We do have 4 Deagles. I'm missing Rez and Hampus Deagle action. Not that I don't want Plopsky and Nork, but it's just that we were building like a cool story around them. So can we get back to that? Let's get some of these Swedish kids in action.
I'm more missing Navi just being this crazy, fun, dominant force that we saw at Katowice. That's what I want to see. But I mean, that's been the story of Navi for like 5 years now.
I know, Jason. Imagine if you'd bought the hype back then and just predicted them to win the major already. I mean, just imagine how you'd feel then.
Yeah, you'd feel like a real idiot, wouldn't you?
Well, they're going to be rushing into a fully stacked B-bomb site, all with deagles, but they're getting the early fights. There's Plopsky and Hampus getting one each at the very least, but yeah, no chance for Hampus in that corner. So it will be a good round for Navi, all things considered. They get to survive with 3 rifles, they get to build a little bit of an economy, and NIP still don't have money to buy. So actually, Navi, they're cruising into a couple of easy rounds here. I wonder how that feels. They're not used to it.
Yeah, they're probably a little bit shocked as well themselves. I don't know, I just find it funny. This is playing out exactly how Chad kind of described it on the desk. Simple and Electronic are going to get theirs. You know, they're at 22 and 23 kills respectively. But what a drop-off. Boomich is at 12, Perfecto at 9, Flamey at 8. It's the other 3 guys that haven't been able to find some consistency. And you go to the other guy in the desk, Maniac, and I even think that he made a very good point where sometimes it is a bit rough playing with players of this caliber when you know that you can contribute more and for whatever reason you're just not able to do it. I think there's some mental game there with those 3 players that's not letting them to deliver fully to their potential, but certainly Navi's going to need to find a way to fix this issue.
Yeah, they absolutely have to. The hunt is in for Flamey. He's got some backup in Boomich trying to come in and help him out, so that's a good friend right there. And Flamey decides why risk the AK-47. He does make it back. That's terrific. You know,
the last 2 players are. Yeah, go on.
When I bought the Navi hype, this is the thing that I saw, which you know, tragically only lasted for like 3 games. But what I saw during those 3 games was, oh wait, Flamey might actually get found here. Let's just hold the thought for a second. Ah, oh, Boomich is gonna cancel that. So fair play. it was a core of Navi player that looked like, you know, Perfecto, Flamey, Simple, and Electronic all playing, you know, their game. And then having Boomich as this, you know, Lone Ranger to do a lot of craziness. And what I really liked about that is that I think if you have to take down some of the top level teams, it actually, I think it's hard to try and match, well, maybe not now, but would have been hard to try and match Astralis with the kind of system they had built. And I think one of the ways to fight that is to have someone doing crazy Counter-Strike like Boomich was for a short while. But that, you know, that does actually, you do need Boomich to keep playing that, and you need the core 4 people to keep playing their game really well. And both those things have kind of not been working out so well. So, I don't know what to think of it now, but that was the reason why I was so excited for a minute there. Exciting to start this round with as well, taking down Nock. That's not bad.
Yeah, Simple given a gift there as Nock tries to just kind of aggress on a ramp all on his own. No flashbang, no utility, no backup. It's an easy kill for Simple, and he'll be happy to have it. That allows Navi this slow style that we know they like to bring out. Much easier to pull off when you're in a 5-on-4, when you can tactically play it slow and pull the defense in all these different directions. You're going to have Boomich and Perfecto. You imagine they're going to have some kind of a pressure to apply, especially with that Mac 10. We'll see Boomich. And Twist is under some pressure in Dark.
There's Boomich running over the Mac 10 to take a good spray, but Electronic will take both of them down afterwards, and that is going to leave Plopsky in a very bad position, trying to sneak through the hole into the window room, and Perfecto will take him down. Navi now tying the scoreline at 11-11, but more significantly, building an economy and destroying NIPs. It's a kind of a scary turnaround we've got going on here.
I feel like, Navi's kind of lucky that Electronic gets that blind spray transfer over. They're really kind of, NIP's been able to read them this whole game on both sides of the map, and these hits are kind of slow to come to fruition. We saw it at the B-bomb site earlier when NIP's able to rotate someone, and again, Perfecto's able to rotate from the B-bomb site to the A-bomb site and get there in time for the battle. I just think Navi's making this a little bit harder on themselves by letting NIP rotate into position and having to grind out these gunfights with trades, with always encountering someone from NIP every step of the way. And now they're winning, so I mean, you take from that what you will, but it does feel like Navi is really ensuring that they're going to have a battle each step of their attack. Yeah,
playing on hard mode in some sense. It's a very Navi way of approaching Counter-Strike, isn't it? Plopsky.
Yeah, that has been their MO for a while now.
Feels like it. Deagle back here by the bench could be good for a kill. I doubt it's going to be more. Depends on whether or not they check. He doesn't have a kit or anything. Otherwise, staying here the whole game would be fun. But I don't feel like that's what's in the cards right here. Electronic taking down Rez and Plopsky. there's, I mean, 45 seconds or something like that. So even if you were to get 1 kill and the bomb planter, it's not going to be enough. So fair play to Plopsky. I don't really blame him for trying.
No, not at all, but that's the most Deagle clip I've ever seen in my life, when the Deagle betrays you in that fashion. 12-11 for Navi, coming alive on this T side, and now finally taking the lead for the first time since, like round 6? We're in a good place if you're Navi. 12-11. And Electronic now up to 28 kills, Simple at 23. And you go to the other side of the coin, it's NIP on the defense. It's only Plopsky who's able to match either of those guys. 22 kills on him. Next closest is Knock and
Rich.
Holy hell, they are. Yeah, that's great. All the penthouse suites.
All that stuff. Champagne for breakfast. I don't know what rich people do, to be honest, but it's fine. For something like that. Champagne on your cereal, I don't know. Is that allowed? You're a cereal guy, Jason. You talk a lot about it.
No, you cannot desecrate the bowl of cereal with champagne. That's disgusting.
All right.
However, orange juice. On the other hand, is great.
Okay, well, so I'm not gonna doubt you. You fed me peanut butter and jelly in LA, and it was great. I got to
for your first time, your first PB&J. It's a spectacular sandwich.
Yeah, I was doubting it a lot. Had a lot of prejudice going into that one, and I was instantly converted. It's real good. Orange juice cereal. I feel much the same.
No, orange juice champagne.
Oh,
champagne, not cereal.
All right. See, okay, well, I thought that's what you were saying.
You amateur.
Fair play then. Well, here we go. Enough about the cereal. It's Simple getting grenaded all the way to hell, and Knock nearly getting caught there. That could have been dangerous. He's good for another one, but Boomich will take him down. They were shooting him through the box. Just pre-firing that. The grenade into the corner, and Reyes is going to walk right into it. Ooh. He barely lives through it, but that is dangerous. And Electronic, he's still holding top mid while this bomb is down. That means this retake. If Electronic gets the right timing, it's not even going to happen. Nice shot from Boomich with the AWP. He's almost going to get the second one, and Twist will get one in the middle. But here comes Electronic. He's slowly sneaking in behind them. Flamey's there for a kill on Rez, and now it's Hampers and Twist, 2 versus 3, but they don't realize they're going to get shot in the back. Just that one kill will absolutely seal the round, and Navi are now well on their way to taking this map away. 13-11, with, again, all of the money in the bank. So ridiculous.
This Navi's doing such a good job with these lurks, guys like Electronic that we've seen up in window room a couple of times, or in ladder room once or twice. Now the flank on catwalk during this retake. They're doing a really good job of winning the initial battles at the bomb sites, so that lurker, that flanker, can have such a massive impact. And they're starting. I mean, they've taken complete control of this game. Now it's NIP's defense who just cannot find a way to get comfortable. Navi on a 6-0 run of their own on the T side, and this is just a mirror image of the first half. The first half, Navi wins the first 3 rounds and then loses 8 straight. Now it's NIP winning the first 3 rounds of the second half and losing 6 in a row at the moment.
What an odd game. I mean, I'll take it. I think now I'm just interested to see if NIP can turn this around somehow. They actually know that Hampers is in there somewhere, so I don't understand why they want to try and do that. It's Twist as well, and he gets to take a little peek behind that Molotov, and it goes down instantly. So that doesn't really work out so well for him. Nor hearing the flashbang, wanted to go for a fight, and he'll take down Electronic. So now it's interesting.
Well, they've seen one in connector, and they've seen one on catwalk taking the shot, so they know there's a bit of a crossfire. Good job from Knock to take the AK-47. We'll see what he can do with it. I think Perfecto might have heard those footsteps, but doesn't know if he's gone to A or B. So at the moment, Navi's just going to hit the pause button. Group up together. They still have plenty of utility. They've held on to that. They haven't wasted anything. Oh dear, that is a real ridiculously good shot.
That's going to make everyone nervous now. Look at the time that's left. 25 seconds, they walk in. Another one from Hampus. They line up for him. He's going to get a double. And Perfecto is alone in middle. 20 seconds. He's got absolutely no chance of doing this. He's going to get a headshot here. But all Rez has to do is wait behind that pillar. No chance that Perfecto checks it and he goes down. Huge win for NIP with the Deagles. And that is going to put an end to the Na'Vi win streak. That, I don't think anyone could have guessed that's how that round would have played out.
No, you said you wanted the NIP Deagles to come alive. There's a great round. That shot from Plopsky out of Simple is so filthy. It is so filthy. That's the best player in the world, hands down. That Plopsky just straight disrespects like this. 13 to 12, as you mentioned, Na'Vi just so rich that they can take that kind of a loss and barely even blink. They just shrug it off. Back to a full buy and still Electronic with $11,000 in the bank. Simple, gonna be under some pressure here. Deep smoke, gonna force him away.
He was ready if they wanted to take that fight. He was almost asking for it. No one in window, no one even close by. So Boomich has got to be here for free. What a powerful position to be in, especially this early on. If he actually keeps going, this could be super dangerous to NIP. Well, see, he can't know that, obviously, but it's going to be interesting to see how this will play out. This could be a devastating loss for NIP having just won the round, or could end up pretty well. Good grenade down the middle. So imagine how easily they can even get rid of Twist here. I mean, one good flashbang and maybe smoke him off, and you're good to go. We'll see once that first smoke clears. There's Twist setting up for it. That's nearly godlike timing. That actually was incredible. Rez is going to start to fall back, and Boomich is there, instantly taking him down. And they had no idea someone was that deep in. Knock now at the E-ramp, Twist on the other side of the CT spawn. They've got a crossfire theoretically, but who wants to go first in this one? Twist looking for the kill, and I thought someone would have wrapped on the other side. Is probably what he reckoned, but that doesn't happen. It's Electronic with a double. Knock trying to get back in the round, but it's a 2-on-3. He's low on health after that grenade, and I don't know. I don't think this is worth it. NIP, you don't have the money to lose these rifles.
No, you don't. I'm with you. This should be a back off. But we'll see what they can do with it. Knock is already pretty committed at the moment. Plopsky coming in. If Plopsky can get the AWP, it's time to go. He does have a kit. He's going to trust in the smoke. He's got Knock holding it. Pals, actually, all of a sudden, there's some real promise here. Some nade work, some spam coming through. And on the bomb, Plopsky is going to get it. He's pulled that out of nowhere. That smoke and defuse, and Na'Vi cannot find him. 13-13.
Wow, that is so confusing. Tech pause being called now from Na'Vi. Boomich was in the middle with an AK-47.
I'd call it tech pause too if that just happened to me.
Yeah,
I'd
definitely.
be like, yeah, my computer broke.
You're right. That's the way to go. I mean, this is very cool, but I'm not understanding here. There's the initial attempt from Boomich, but he's so late to fire it. You see, he's basically doing that in the last second of that defuse.
So that's why we have the tech pause coming in right now. They said Boomich crashed.
Oh.
So,
all right. Well, that could be part of the explanation. Still, I mean,
could be part of it. But listen, we go 1-for-1, right, Anders? We saw Rez crash in the last round of the in the first half of a 2 versus 3. Now we have Boomich crash here. We've got an equal trade. The universe is balanced as all things should. Thanos would be proud.
Well, yeah. I mean, what can we do? It's just the age of the Counter-Strike that we're living in, so we'll have to take it. Yeah, that's 13-13. So plenty of money for Na'Vi. I guess that's sort of the upside here, but that has got to be a little bit frustrating. 27th round about to commence here. For NIP, though, I mean, it's a similar kind of weakness. It's once you get a guy into that window or into the connector, you know, you see Rez, he was backing off from that A ramp, and he walks right into a shot, and really that's when you know something is wrong.
Well, also, I mean, you can compound that too when you look at, I think you're right, both teams are having the same issue with their defensive sides, that middle part of the map connector and window room is just way too exposed. However, when you look at the Na'Vi side, the person who's been doing it for them is Electronic, and he's perhaps in the history of CSGO got to be considered one of the best, like, open space duelists that we've ever had. And, I mean, he's going to love just swinging into jungle like that and fighting over towards Dark, fighting towards underneath the balcony, fighting towards Palace. Those fights are his bread and butter, and he just had enough in this round. It's a shame that his triple kill has gone to waste. A great kill from Knock pouncing up on the flank from A ramp where he was hit in the whole round, and we're all tied up. However, still going to be low on money is NIP.
Yeah, and I mean, that's why the 13-13 scoreline is still pretty scary for NIP. Both teams obviously well within striking range at the moment, but yeah, you have to think if you're in it right now, what happens if we lose another round and give away some of these rifles? There, just a small point, right? Let's say Boomich wasn't even in the middle at all. That actually, it does highlight one of the issues though of holding the after plant with an AWP from middle like that. If there's a smoke up, it can be very, very hard to guess. I mean, there's no way that Navi could have known what would have happened, but we've seen that before where you're trying to shoot through the smoke to stop the defuse and you don't have many chances to get that right.
Yeah. Man, I was thinking along the same lines as you. Maybe we were just thinking way too conservative. I was thinking that needs to be the save. Such a low percentage chance. I didn't even notice the smoke in his pocket. That was well played from NIP to snatch that hand out of the, snatch that round out of the clutches of defeat.
Yeah.
Again, though, 13-13, 3 rounds left in the half. Or excuse me, 4 rounds including this one.
Well, 3 men at the A-bomb site, so sort of a similar setup. Nork and Plopsky are a little bit further back this time. Twist and Hampers over on the other side. And Twist with the AWP. I like this setup for them right now, especially because it allows Hampers to lean closer into middle. Twist is going to be holding that. He could have taken a deeper angle, but he probably knows Simple has an AWP, so I don't blame him for not wanting to go more challenging over at that B side. Just get the leverage towards the middle at this point in time.
Mid-control for Navi now as Electronic works his way up catwalk. Pretty much doing this all on his own. He does have Simple with the op-in support. Unfortunately for Electronic, if he wants to get in window now, there is going to be a bit of a battle as Hampus is ready and waiting in ladder room. This is pretty standard stuff so far. Flamey, they've seen him plenty of times over in Palace. There's the peek from Hampus, and Simple never expected it. Good return, good rebuttal from Electronic, but now they have to press forward into the B bomb site, and the upper here is Twist, and he's in so much trouble. Taken down, rotation is late. Electronic just missed the angle, but now he's got it back.
And now they really need to think about this Navi. The bomb is down here, and so do Nip. I mean, what do you do? 3 versus 4. You can see Plomsky's miles away. He's probably worried about Flamey being up in those apartments for a long time. He's in middle, though. He already rotated back, and they just need to save the guns. That was one of the rounds where Navi just looked so decisive. As soon as Electronic spun for that kill, they were ready to go, and that is like the complete lack of input delay in that one, where they immediately made the choice. I want to see that pretty much every round out of Navi.
Yeah, that's kind of been our criticism of a couple of the rounds where they've made contact and gotten some kills, but they still kind of are very lackadaisical in getting into the bomb site, and that's allowed NIP to rotate into position. This time, you're exactly right. As soon as Simple goes down and Electronic gets that trade, they're pushing into the bomb site. So, well done from Navi, getting it quick, getting that bomb planted, and unfortunately, NIP with 3 rifles but no utility just didn't have the stones to go for the retake, which is fair play. 1 round lead for Navi now, and NIP buying everything they can into the round. It's going to be 2 FAMAs to surround the M4s. No AWP, a little bit light on utility for a couple players, but they have plenty of kits to work with.
Man, what a scary scenario for NIP. They did just win 2 in a row, but lost that last one. Puts so much pressure on their economy, no doubt about it. Navi could definitely walk away with a victory here. I'll wait while the clock runs down on the timeout here. 10 more seconds, but right now, I don't know. I like the way the Twist was holding that early on with the AWP over there, but he did fall back just, I guess, he was Molotov back from that position to begin with, and then the grenade landed right on top of him. I would like to see NIP try and go for like a time mid-retake or something where, because they've had 3 people towards middle a number of times. So maybe just, set that up, flash your way in there and try and go for a fight. It looks like Navi, though, might be going a little bit faster towards the bomb site. Could be slowed down by that smoke going up, though. I think they're gonna keep Electronic in the middle, but look at Hampus. There's a clock on this round.
Oh yeah, there is. Flamey's gonna start dropping his utility, and if they can get in quick again, decisive, although Flamey, again, no reaction to the play from Plopsky. Now he's gonna be able to hold on to Palace, but Electronic springs into action, and still, that flank is so close now. And this time, they've been slowed down. They haven't slowed themselves, but that presence of Plopsky has made them take their time, and that makes Hampus so powerful, but he's given away his position. They now know 1 A ramp, 1 in Palace. And Simple and Electronic, the top fraggers for Navi, have all the time in the world to make their decision.
Electronic is low on health though. Simple gonna go for a very open bomb plant. If he gets into CT spawn, he could probably cover this all day. They do have another smoke, so it's worth really thinking about because we already saw once what can happen. But this might have to be up to Simple. Hampus made his way in the middle. Electronic is hearing this step every time, so yeah, he knows what's right in front of him. Simple with 1 kill and a good follow-up. Electronic and Simple, that duo has been working all throughout. 15 kills, that's so incredible. And Simple, not that far behind, but still a little bit at 25. I can't believe Electronic has got 34 kills. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, he's been doing it solid. He's been doing it just once in a while, every couple rounds. He's been getting his 1 or 2, so that's not bad at all. Man, that's a really tough, I don't necessarily want to criticize it, but that decision by Hampus to rotate all the way around towards mid, it forces Plopsky to be passive too, which what allows Simple to get that bomb plant and move to CT spawn with such safety. If they stick around, maybe they can decide to take that fight, but if you rotate around towards mid, it really forces your teammate to play it passively, even though he dinked Electronic and had the advantage of HP. And again, not a criticism, it's just the consequences of that choice.
Oh, they walk right into the grenade. They wanted to flash their way into a fight, but that could have ended so badly. I actually think they're lucky to get away with even just losing a lot of health there. Nog goes for a kill. He's going to get the 1 headshot, but if he goes down, there's no more defense at the bomb site. He doesn't actually run back into the grenade. Good push, and he's going to get shot in the back, but that's still way better than it could have been. Bomb is on the ground as Flamey will pick up a headshot on Rez, leaving Plopsky in a 1 versus 3, and he'll get that 1 kill. He is in a lot of trouble, though, and he'll go down to Flamey. It's 16-13 as NIP failed to close out this game after a spectacular start, and that's going to really hurt. That was their map pick. Nuke is going to be the second map, and that is going to be coming up next after we talk to the analyst, coming up right after the break, so stay tuned.